has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Would you love to deepen your spiritual connection and create a conscious shift in your life? Do you seek answers to the human experience? Well, welcome to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. It's a 2-hour safe haven for your questions and Spirit's answers, and you can transform your life. Right now on WWNN in South Florida, Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium who can assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. For the next 2 hours, listen and call in toll-free, 888-565-1470, 888-565-1470, and watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and share love and light.
There's a light in me.
There's a light right here on VCMG 95.3 and 96.9, and we're connecting to all of our peeps all across the nation at 888-565-1470. And what are we connecting for? Answers to life's questions. We're answering the story of life, and we're tuning in, tapping into the universe. I got a feeling the universe has your back. Are you paying attention to all the messages the universe has for you? Well, this is the time that the universe is prompting you to make the choices, the changes, and to really go down deep inside your heart and get the feeling. What feeling? The feeling of love, the feeling of connection, the feeling of the divine, and really knowing that you are one with the universal flow. Sometimes we're in the sputter and the start and the stop of the world. The sputter, the stop of our jobs. The sputter, the stop of our friends and our family. And sometimes they just slow us up. And it's time for us to move forward and make some really great intentions and visualizations of what life is for us individually and collectively. And the universe is always, always, always speaking to you through their symbols, their signs. Did you see a bird that made you think of a loved one on the other side? Did you see numbers that are consecutive? 444, 333, 222, 111. Hey, how about a 999? Have we seen the numbers of the flow of the universe all around us, guiding us, nudging us to pay attention? Were you cruising down the highway and you saw a license plate that said love? Were you cruising down the highway and you saw a bumper sticker that made you think of someone? Were you driving down the highway and you looked up and a billboard had a message for you? And you were able to say, that's a sign. That's how the universe gets our attention. They say, look over here. Now look over here. Let's get the information together so that you can put the pieces of life's puzzle together. And that's what we're doing tonight. We are putting the pieces of our puzzle together. Step by step, together we journey in what's to come next for all of you. And we are answering questions at 888-565-1470. And let's not forget about my friends on Facebook and YouTube. Share the page, share the light, share the love, because we are going to tune in and answer your questions from the live chat, the live feed, everyone's conversation, and your comments and your questions make a big difference. When I was looking at the calendar and I was looking at where we are in the journey of this show, Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, it occurred to me we're at 649 live shows that have been going on since, wow, it's been a while, 2009. And next week is our 650th anniversary. So we're looking forward to that celebration with all of you. It's a milestone for each one of us. We've been journeying together for so long. And the greatest compliment, the greatest gift you can give the power of connection and compliment to me is to share the light and share the number with your friends and your family. They too might be looking for some assistance on the journey. So what does the universe have for us? How do they give us these clues? What do they tell you? And how do you know the universe has your back? You know, we've heard that phrase coined for a few years now. The universe has your back. Well, how do I know that? How can you trust that the universe is always supporting you? Things have a way of working out, even in the thick of the darkness of maybe a big mess that you may be in. Sometimes we're in confusion. We're in disruption of thoughts. Our minds are not generating the right conclusions. So the universe will nudge us and give us some points. It's a frequency adjustment, because in the frequency of our experience, the universe will align us to meet the right people and the right experiences so that we can make the change. I often think back to how the universe made sure that I was going to end up exactly where I am today. And there's so many little stories that took me here. And every story was a building block as a piece of the journey that led me to where I am now, to communicating with all of you for the connection that I get to share with everyone. And I look back and I think about all the times that I did different things that were involving music and performing, and some of my auditions. And sometimes leading up to the auditions, you could get really nervous, really worried. And there was one particular audition that I had coming up. It was for My Fair Lady, Eliza Doolittle. It was my favorite role to ever play. But of course, going into it, I was considered an underdog. I wasn't known by anyone in the school. No one knew that I could sing. It was not in my school. It was at a different school. So I really had to practice and really get that accent down perfectly. You see, Eliza Doolittle, she's got this Cockney accent. And one of the famous lines that she said was, "I want to be a lady in a flower shop, instead of selling flowers at the corner of Tottenham Court Road. But they won't take me, not unless I'm more genteel, or here I am ready to pay, not asking any favour." You see, she wanted to be a lady. And Professor Higgins was going to give her that leg up, that opportunity to be able to behave as if she were a lady. And I went in never having been in any play ever in my entire life. But I learned the role. And I'll never forget when I came out of the audition, I had this feeling. And this feeling was this overwhelming energy of, by George, I think I've got it. It was this, I did it. But I didn't know until the phone call came. And then the phone call came and said, "Yes, you're Eliza Doolittle." And it was such a great moment in my life because it gave me the opportunity to live my musical dreams. And as a young girl, to be in the limelight such as that was such a fascinating experience now looking back. And I remember now, knowing all that I know about vocal instruction and singing, I remember all the things that I used to do to prepare myself. At that point, I was self-taught, had never studied. So there I was, showing up, doing a leading role, and everything went off without a hitch. It was a fabulous experience. And the universe lined up all the right events so that I would know that the auditions were taking place, so that I could get there for the auditions. Again, I was on the young side. I was only 15. I couldn't drive. Someone had to take me. Everything fell into place beautifully. And from that fabulous moment, I began a journey of musical theater that would span 7 years. And it opened up a side of me that I didn't know existed. I was kind of quiet. I know you all find that hard to believe. I was shy. But the universe prompted me to, well, be my own self and embrace a gift that I didn't even know I had. I just felt like I was supposed to do it. So all of you inside have a gift. There's something inside fabulous about everyone that's meant to be explored, enjoyed, celebrated. And the universe gives us all the signs to lead us. Very often, we sell ourselves short. We don't follow the dream. We're afraid. Universe sets us up for a perfect opportunity. Maybe it's a scholarship, doing what we love. But we're afraid we're not going to do well in maybe the sport. So we don't take the scholarship. We go a different route with a different scholarship. I've heard all the stories. I sat across from people who have made choices that now, looking back, they're like, wow, everything fell into place so beautifully. But because of where I was, I resisted it. I didn't welcome the opportunity. I pushed it away. I made excuses. I judged the story, saying, well, I don't know if I'm going to fit in there. People say that all the time. I said, how do you know if it's not going to work for you? You haven't been there yet. Well, they seem kind of cliquey. Well, then break the click. If you are being called to do something and you feel it's something you want to do, why are you going to let other people rob your joy? The universe hands us things right in front of our face, and we walk away. We say, oops, I don't think I can do it. It's a really interesting thing that we do as humans. The universe sets us up and we walk away because we don't believe. And sometimes it's a down outright sign from God and we still question it. So how do we know? How do we tune in? How do we tap in? How do we dial up to the stars and be sure that we're dialing into the Creator and all the frequencies of the cosmic universe and what they have to offer us? Stillness is key with this. Sometimes we need to talk less and listen more. Sometimes we need to get out of our monkey mind, take the step back, and really pay attention to what's before us so that we can know where our truth lies. It's a really important time on this earth for all of us to follow our heart, to step into our truth, to know who we are, and follow the clues of the universe so life is easier for us than perhaps we're making it. The heavens say all that you need will be provided. We as humans say, oh my God, things are changing. I don't know how I'm going to make it. But God says, be meek and humble, and ye shall inherit the earth. And we're like, oh my God, I'm not making enough. I don't know. Everyone's bothering me. They're not treating me fairly. And we whine and we complain and we feel unjustly accused of things. Or we say, I'm not going to play that game. I'm not going to be a part of that storyline. And we remove ourselves from things without really understanding why we're there in the first place. Maybe God has something for you. Maybe God put you there to make a difference. I know, we want it to be easy. Well, wouldn't that be nice? But the journey is easy when we follow the promptings. We make it hard on ourselves. The writing's on the wall for so many things in the world right now. But many of us want to argue with others and tell them why we're right and they're wrong. Many of us want to point a finger and blame someone. Please understand, the universe is a series of collective energies, frequencies of multiple galaxies. The universe doesn't want us to fail as a world, as a country. This is a planet in the universe. So we've got the support of the entire universe. And we have an opportunity to make choices that are not just good for you, not just good for me, but for the collective consciousness. And those thoughts that you think, those moments that you think, well, I didn't say it to someone so they don't know that I'm really mean. The universe heard you. Every thought, every action is a frequency being sent into the atmosphere, building up a frequency, elevation, vibration that can be high and elevated or could fall horribly low. So whatever you feel is not working well in the world, know that you're part of the collective consciousness that created it. It's never just one person. It's never just one bad thought. It's the collective energy of thoughts. So what about this? The universe supporting everything we think, everything we do, everything for the highest and best good for mankind, for us individually as humans, and the very best for the world? What if we all thought better thoughts, happier thoughts? What if we all saw and felt peace on earth? What if we felt more peace on earth and happiness in our own lives, in our own homes? What if our need to be right could be more the meek and humble, and we didn't need to be right for someone else? We can have our own beliefs. What if we are in a part of the world that we don't have? Would we be grateful for what we do have? There are places in the world that don't have what we may have in countries such as America. Are they in gratitude? When they only have a few things, are they grateful? We can't speak for them, but they may be. When you don't have exactly what you want, are you ungrateful? Are you angry? Are you frustrated? Do you complain? Where are we? We are tuning into the universe. And the universe will send back the signal based on the frequency we put out. It's always trying to up-level us. I think the universe has to work really hard because as humans, we are complex beings. We have emotions and thoughts, most of which have been conditioned by the human experience. And then we have a soul that's connected to the universe always, and always functioning in divine light, divine love, and accomplishing lessons and experiences for the evolution of your soul. So think of the complex duality that's going on within each one of us. Is it any wonder the world's a little off balance right now? And it's the Great Awakening. What is that? That's when people are waking up, realizing that we're kind of caught in a day-by-day experience of going through the motions of life. And how much are we stopping to enjoy and celebrate life? And noticing those beautiful things in the world. From the great artistry, the majestic canyons, a simple bird taking flight in the sky, the power of the ocean's waves crashing on the shore, the gentle light cast by the moon. There's so much to admire, but we're kind of busy. Maybe the universe is waiting for us all to slow down just a bit. Perhaps that was a higher power version of why 2020 was the way it was. So what did you learn from 2020? By golly, we're in 2022 already, heading into 2023. Are you ready to let some things go? Are you open to align your thoughts and your words to higher vibrational things and experiences so that life isn't the same as it was? And you don't feel stuck in a rut? Not in gratitude, in frustration and anger? Are you working to your capacity? And I don't mean work as in break a sweat. I mean functioning at your capacity or utilizing as much of your brain as you can. Are you feeling your emotions to the full depths of them? If you are you driven and on a mission, and are you working your mission? Do you know what your mission is? The universe is sending us signals. I had quite a few before I ended up here. I thought I was going to be on Broadway for my whole entire life. That's where I thought I was going to end up. And there were some other great gigs after that, but my goodness, look where I am now. Connecting to all of you, talking about spirituality and raising vibrations and connecting to beings on the other side, our loved ones, our guides, our angels. But I can assure you that everything I ever did prepared me for where I am. And I can assure you that everything you've endured, everything you've celebrated, everything you've just kind of groveled and fell to your knees for had a purpose. But the person who turns the page and creates the next story is you. The universe is waiting for you to flip the page and write a new story. Create a new version of who you are. The kind, humble, compassionate being who's in gratitude, light, and love, and is driven with a purpose, and is content with who they are, knowing that there's always opportunities to grow, but not falling victim to self-criticism and criticism of others. It's a journey, and the universe is with us, supporting us every step of the way. Well, tonight, right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, we're going to answer your questions and talk about the universe's messages to you and see what life's got coming down the road. Can you believe that tomorrow is September? September comes, and before we know it, the whole year starts to fly, as if it hasn't gone fast enough. So what do you want to manifest towards the end of this year? And how do you want to present yourself as you come into 2023? Start sending your smoke signals to the universe. It'll give you the answers you need. In the meantime, stay with us, everyone. We're going to answer your questions right here. 888-565-1460. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470. Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Do you know me? Do I know you? Have we met before? I've been standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? Did you call me with your soul? Because you know that you know me.
Every soul has its story. What's your story? What's the story going on right here? We're at the last day of August 31st. Tuning into September morn. I love September's energy. But it also means we get to say bye to summer. And for our friends up north, I heard it's going to be a chilly winter. But we're going to go to the phone lines, 888-565-1470, answering your questions. And our friends at Facebook, please pop on over. Give us your fabulous questions and comments. And I've got to go to, I think I'll go to Isa. Isa is in Miami. Isa, how are you?
Hello, how are you today?
I'm doing well, Isa. Good to connect with you. Is this your first time calling us?
No, I've called before, actually, in the beginning of the summer about my connection.
Oh, thank you.
We saw a great connection, but right now we are not talking. We broke up.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What is the partner's birthday, please?
December 14, 88.
Well, here's someone who is most certainly going through a lot of changes, and their focus is on moving forward, trying to make connections, I really feel like they're trying to concentrate on something that's going to be work or business related. I feel like we hit a roadblock in communication, a lot of stubbornness in this person. Yes, please.
Correct.
And kind of ended abruptly. My guides go like that. It was like, boom. You're like, what the heck happened? I don't know. What's happening here, right? Beautiful connection that you had there, but the person's not really ready to settle down to commit at this moment. So they kind of run scared, is what my guides say. They're just kind of packing their bags and running here. When I go back into the energy of March and April, two of you are together then, yes?
Correct, yes.
Okay.
6 months.
Yeah. And things were on a good path. But somewhere coming into May, something got a little wobbly, yes? Did you guys have a disagreement, please, around that time?
It was like more like fears. When he started to feel something, then he was like scared of love.
Okay. Well, he had a lot of things going on, okay? And there's some communication with family going on as well. Make me feel like family has some input here. So I feel like were talking in his ear. So someone's not quite in favor of the relationship. So here I see someone that, of course, I know where you want to go with this. You're like, Sarah, is he coming back, right?
Exactly.
Yes. So when I look at the energy, I will tell you that this 2023 year is an important year for relationships, but I really feel as if at this moment, he needs to be by himself. And I believe he told you, I need to be alone. I can't do this right now. Didn't he tell you that?
Yes.
Okay.
He said he doesn't want anybody. It's not me, it's just anybody.
Yes. He needs to find his way. He has to work on himself. So I'm going to fast forward us to the month of October. And when I go to the month of October, some things are going to settle down for him. This breakup is a little bit more official, but the two of you almost had a breakup before this. Is that also true? Okay. He needs to work on himself. He's not ready for everything that you would like to have in a relationship. And I can't tell you that he's going to be ready anytime soon. 2023 is a year where he really starts to work on getting his act together for his life, for his career, and putting things together in a better way. But in October, I do feel like, because right now we're on like no contact, correct? We're not talking, yes?
Yes.
Feel like October, because he's kind of that way, he's going to pop up. And it's really important that you don't pressure him, don't ask him for anything. He needs to find his way back. I also feel, he said that there was something that he questioned you about that made him feel like you were criticizing him. Did he feel like sometimes you were too much or criticizing him a bit? Did he say something like that to you?
I think I'm more spiritual, so I understand what the fears and everything that he doesn't understand, that where he comes from.
Okay, but he wasn't asking you to be his therapist?
Yeah.
He wasn't asking you to be his mother? He was asking you to be his partner.
Correct, yes.
Okay, so he views things in a logical but sensitive way. And I feel like sometimes when you were saying, oh, I understand, it's because of this, he felt like you were taking what you thought you knew and trying to superimpose it into him as to what he was doing or thinking or feeling. And therefore, maybe criticizing or diminishing what he was thinking or feeling. That's not a fault. I'm just saying this is how he interpreted it. And this is because he's a stubborn guy. This is one of the things that he's holding on to. Now, does that mean I want you to shoot right over a text and say, oh, I never meant to? No.
No.
Okay? Put the phone down, woman. Do not text the man. Let him be. We're going to give this about 40 days. It's going to be a long 40 days and 40 nights. But you know what? We're going to let him be. And I really feel like he's going to pop up. I feel like there's another conversation, a communication. And from there, the two of you can decide if we can move forward. It's a little too much for him at this moment. Has nothing to do with feelings for you, has nothing to do with whether he wants another woman. It's really about where he is in this juncture of his life. And this 2023 sets him up for a very strong path for his career and to get his life together. And he doesn't have his act together the same way you do. This makes sense to you?
Yes, absolutely.
I cannot give you a complete green flag like go, it'll be fine. But I do feel like there's a chance to revisit this in the next 40 or so days. And that's going to give you a little bit of a break. So shed no tears, hold the vision. If you truly believe the two of you are meant to be, then it'll be. Isa, thank you so much for your call.
The last time that we're like,
Yes.
we met before, as if we met before,
I understand. There's a lot of those relationships going on. But just because we met before and there's a strong connection doesn't mean it's the right connection for this lifetime.
Okay.
So he has to find his way, and you need to give him the space to do it. It's a test from the universe, especially for you. All right, Isa. Thank you so much for calling us again. We welcome you.
A woman of many talents.
Oh, thank you. Bye for now. Bye.
Bye, thanks.
888-565-1470. And from Miami, I've got to go to Orlando, and I've got Crystal on the line. Crystal, how are you?
I'm good, and you?
I am doing well. So the universe has your back, but you're wondering if they lost your number when it comes to love, right? I started to hear this song in my head. Ricky, don't lose my number. So I'm like, oh my God, right? Did he lose my number?
Mm-hmm.
No. And some of the cryptic messages that you read and you see, they're more of a mind game than really a direct message to you. And I want you to interpret it that way. And, when I look at their energy and where they are, this person that you ask about, yes, it's
Yes.
complicated because blood is thicker than water. And you're on the outside looking in. So what is the question regarding this at this time?
I just wanted to know if there's anything new messages that the universe wants to give me.
Easy, girl, easy. If blood is thicker than water, then you need to let him realize that maybe his blood doesn't have his back the way they thought. Okay? He's got to see that for himself. And you have to get a grip on your emotions because you are all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to disrupt your flow and your financial wellness. And that's not what should happen for you. You are your own person, and it's really important that you stay on top of your game. All right, my dear?
Okay.
Patience is a virtue.
So do you don't see him coming back anytime soon or reaching out?
Oh, well, he could reach out. He's been reaching out in many ways, but they're not of enough substance for you to say, oh, he's working his way back to you, right? Oh, I got a lot of songs in my head. Working my way back to you, babe, right? With a burning love inside. That's not happening right now, honey. I can't tell you it is because he's got too many people stirring the pot in his ear, and you're being painted as the bad guy in this story, correct?
Yes.
But it's up to him to know who you are. You spend enough time together. If he doesn't, oh my goodness, the muses are with me again. They want me to tell you your story in song. If you don't know me by now, you will never, never, never know me. Right? So if he doesn't know you by now over their words and their actions, then is he really the guy for you is the question. Okay?
Okay.
All right, my dear.
Okay.
Keep keeping on. It'll somehow find a way to work it out, but you just got to chill for right now. Bye.
Okay.
All right.
Bye. Thank you.
You're welcome. 888-565-1470. And from Orlando, as we go through all these calls today, we're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we're coming back to answer calls in Boca. So stay with us. We'll be right back.
Do you know me? Do I know you?
Right after the break, continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Have you heard me? Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah on VCMG 95.3 and 96.9. And let's not forget our friends at 1470 AM. We are answering your questions, 888-565-1470. Before we went to commercial, we said we're going to Boca. I got Sandy on the line. Sandy, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am doing well, Miss Sandy. And is this your first time calling us?
No, I've called you in the past. I want to say last year, nothing this year.
Well,
no, you know what? Earlier this year. I'm sorry. Earlier this year.
Well, thank you for remembering us. It's always great to make a reconnection with someone. And Miss Sandy, what is your question for us tonight? It's an important networking connection time for you. You really have to reach out, branch out, and make the moves that you want to make. Sandy, what's the question?
My question, everything you touched on before you got to the phone calls was like so on point for me. And it has to do with who's around me as far as the orbs. And yesterday I had an experience, and my sister knows about it. And I know somebody touched me from the other side, and like I felt the zap, if you will.
The electricity, yes.
Yes, I can't explain. It was wild.
It's electric, boogie woogie. Yes, indeed. It's got this really powerful energy, right? And, you know, you've got a lot of, and you are seeing orbs when you take your pictures. You're seeing a lot of orbs in your pictures.
My God, yes.
Okay.
What?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's like bubbles from heaven, right? So Tiny bubbles is, oh God, I'm hearing all these crazy songs in my head here. So we got tiny bubbles all around you. And you have a lot of spirit energy with you, spirit guides, angels with you. You have a very strong connection with the fairy realm. They are bringing you a lot of light. Also something about music, Sandy. Have you been delving into something that you love in music or listening to more music? They're bringing you like a lot of music, maybe some new frequency music you're listening to. What have you been doing with music?
Music, listening to music, but I have a few song ideas I didn't put out there, like to actually write them.
Correct.
You know, like the lyrics to new songs. So,
beautiful.
Like they send me some cool stuff, but like I don't know how to go about it.
Well, just write them down for now and capture the flow. You don't want to stop the flow. Can't stop the feeling, right? And as you go ahead and journey in writing these things down, the type of melody or sounds that will be connected to you will come through. So, Sandy, there's a man connected to you on the other side. Grandpa passed. Yes, please?
Yeah.
Okay. Talks to me about pockets. He always had a lot of things in his pockets. Do you remember him, please?
Yeah, probably, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Who has a money clip? We don't see that very much. Who has a money clip?
That could have been a great-grandpa. Pop. It could have been.
Ask somebody about the money clip. I think there's a clip. You just slide the money in the clip. This is, I don't know if your great-grandpa would have had that back then, but I don't know. But, okay, just look for the money clip. Yeah. There's something, because Grandpa's showing me money, and he's putting the money in the clip, okay? So I also feel like there's money coming to you, Sandy. You're expecting money for something, a raise, something coming to you, or something you're anticipating? I'm seeing money here for you.
No, but I mean, you never know. You got to put the vibes out there.
Got to put the vibes out there. The vibes are out there already here. And I also see female energy connected to you, also on the other side. This seems to be on the father's side of the family here.
Okay.
Grandma passed on the other side from your dad's side of the family, please?
Yes.
Okay. And what does the month of June have to do with your family, please? What's going on in June? Birthday, anniversary? Who's tied to June, please?
I don't really. I know nephews, but I'm not sure.
Okay. Write June down, because that's there for you as well. There's also a guide that comes through for you. This guide is basically someone who used to travel the earth, or travel all around back in the day. We're going to go back into via water, ship. Almost has this feeling of someone who was like a fisherman who traveled. This is one of your guides.
Okay.
And this guide really wants you to be able to travel. You like the water. You like the change of scenery, please, and seeing new sights. This is something you love. Your guide is always prompting you to see and explore new things. And it's really interesting. And the way he shows it to me is that there's this, were you starting to kind of journal things that you've experienced in life or something, please?
Yeah, I did a while. I did. Yeah, I don't go in the book too much, but yes.
Okay. Yes. Continue doing that in different revelations you have and things you see. I will tell you this, that anything that's electronic that's been flickering or turning on and off, these are all signs that you're very well connected. And I also see a very strong presence from the galaxies in the galactic center. These galactic energies are, ET energies that are connected with you as well. So there's a lot of action going on. Your dreams will tell you more. Be open to the messages and explore. Something that would really benefit you, Sandy, is if you and I had a session of a spirit guide and angel session. You can find that on my website, and we can tell you more about who your guides and your angels are and their names and how to connect with them.
Okay, perfect. I would definitely look into that, and I would love that, because these orbs, it's stronger and stronger, especially when they know I need them. They're around me. I can see them, like in the orbs and the pictures, and I can feel them.
They're with you. They're with you, and you're getting ready for a major change in your life. and it's a positive change, and they want to make sure that you're staying on track. All right, my dear. Thank you so much for calling and remembering us here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Bye for now.
Thank you.
All right,
Great
bye.
one. Thank you so much.
You too. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we've got more calls on the board, and then we're also going to visit our friends on Facebook and YouTube. So be sure to leave your questions and your comments right there online for us. I know we've got some interesting questions building up on our Facebook feed and our YouTube feed. I saw one from Charnel. I think we're going to have to get to that Facebook question when we get back. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
That shines down upon me, and there's a light that brightens up my day. There's a light leading the way. Oh, there's a light. There's a light. There's a light that opens doors for everyone. Oh, there's a light that touches hearts. There's a light to open everyone to love. Love may hold the answer we are looking for. Love may open up another door of light. Oh, there's a light. Oh, there's a light. Open up in everyone. Can you feel it?
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook, YouTube, and Periscope. Phone lines are open at 1-888-565-1470. That's 1-888-565-1470.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests, and callers, and not necessarily those of this station, its staff, management, or sponsors.
South Florida's Good Time Oldies is here. WWNN Pompano Beach, a VCMG live radio station. The new Oldies 95.3 and 96.9.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Come visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center for an extensive array of spiritual products, crystals, books, classes, readings, and healing services in a beautiful spiritual oasis. You must visit the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Come feel the energy and explore our unique products. Arrange for your own personal spiritual reading with Sarah Spiritual for spiritual insight. The Expedito Enlightenment Center is located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard, Suite 129 in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955. Visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. That's EXPEDITO enlightenmentcenter.com for yourself. Or for a thoughtful gift, there's no better place to visit than the Expedito Enlightenment Center in West Palm Beach. Call 561-682-0955 or visit online at expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. This show is furnished by Sarah Spiritual.
The content, information, and opinions expressed during the related show are those of the show personalities and guest alone, and not those of Vic Canellis Media Group, its parent, affiliates, or stations. VCMG Live is not responsible for any content, information, or opinions expressed. User bears full responsibility for their reliance on such content, information, or opinions.
Welcome back to the second hour of Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, as we continue our uplifting and empowering spiritual discussions and to transform your life. A gifted spiritual advisor, coach, and medium, Sarah Spiritual will assist you to connect the light within and transcend beyond the limits of all possible experience and knowledge. We have another hour to listen and call in. 888-565-1470. 888-565-1470. And watch Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube, and you can share the love and light.
Yes, indeed, there's a light right here on VCMG, and we're answering your questions at 888-565-1470. And we've got some things coming up in our calendar of events. School is back in session. School was out for summer, but we're ready for some schooling now, and we've got some classes for you. Are you an empath? Do you pick up a lot of other people's energy? Do you feel like you need to clear your energy, shift the energy, and learn how to seal yourself off and protect yourself? Well, we've got this fabulous class coming up that teaches you how to be an empath and not take other people's stuff with you. And the class is on September 19th, 2022, so that'll be this year. The cost is only $13, and class starts at 7:30 p.m. online. And then from that class, we move ourselves towards the end of the month for an Archangel Michael class. You want to learn to connect to Archangel Michael, develop a better connection, use his swords to cut away cords of karma and negative energies and experiences, and celebrate the Archangel Day on September 29th. Well, join me online. We have a fabulous celebration and class on Archangel Michael, the power of Archangel Michael, September 29th, and that class starts at 7:30, and that cost is only $13. And then we have another class in our lineup coming up as we move ourselves into the month of, I can't believe I'm going to say it, but our October 1st class is our class on October 6th, and that is our Chakra Class. It's going to teach you on how to balance and work with your chakras. And then we're going on a fabulous visual meditation that is taking us to the chakra challenge of the energy of our crystals. And in that crystal cavern of crystals, we are going to be tuning in to all of the energies of the Ascended Master Teachers. And that class is October 6th, $13, and it starts at 7:30 p.m. online. Learn more about this at sarahspiritual.com. We most certainly welcome you in our classes. It's a great way to get together, be with like-minded people, and stretch your energy in spirituality. And tomorrow night closes up our final night of our spiritual boot camp class. We've been working out at the end of the summer, breaking a spiritual sweat, as they say, and we will be closing out that class. More classes coming up as we move ourselves into the month of October, so be sure to check sarahspiritual.com. Are you local in West Palm Beach or somewhere here in the South Florida area, or maybe you just want to take a ride across the state? Visit me at the Expedito Enlightenment Center on 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard. I am located in West Palm Beach. There you have all the items you need for spiritual celebration, your books, your incense, tuning in. We've got our fabulous singing bowls are back in. We've got crystals. We've got jewelry. We've got incense. We've got candles. We've got mists. We've got all types of spiritual baths and creations of oils, most of which are made by me. Visit Expedito Enlightenment Center. Learn more about it on our website, expeditoenlightenmentcenter.com. Well, those are announcements, and I've got to pop on over to my Facebook feed before we go back to the phone lines because we have some questions piling up. Hopefully we pulled the one from Charnel. I know she's looking to Chanel. Yes, indeed. We've got Chanel up on the board, and Chanel's like, greetings. Where do I go? When am I going to get back to my job? I've been on a journey now for a while. Chanel, interesting. You've been on a journey because this has been your year to get out of the box and to tune in to a different story for yourself. You've got to step into your creative self. This has been your time of self-expression and your time to set sail. And, you know, I hear that song in my head, Sailing Takes Me Away. Yes, well, we needed to set sail to new horizons, new heights, new experiences. And Chanel, this is going to come to a close. We're going to get back on track with work before the end of the year. 2023 is your time to really reach out and branch out and really make some powerful connections because we're going to set the tone for the next 5 years in 2023. So fasten your seatbelt, honey. You've got some high-powered, fast-moving action that's going to start happening once you get yourself back on track with work. Thanks so much, Chanel, for your Facebook question. We're going to pop back on our Facebook or YouTube. Gather our questions here. We've got a YouTube question. Saya K says, hey, Sarah, I'm very happy with new changes in my life, but some of these changes have hurt many, especially my daughter. Do I see these changes having a happy ending? Sometimes not everyone agrees with the changes, and not everyone's really ready for the change. Your daughter has to learn to be in a better order and a better balance in her life. And she's got to work that out for herself. And she doesn't like to be wrong, your daughter. I don't have her birthday, but my guides make me feel like she really holds a grudge and she thinks she's always right. She's got to work through that. For you, my dear, this is an important time because it's stepping into your power, having healthy boundaries, and making a step that supports you. You have to come first. And it's not selfish to honor self. So honor self, and those who really love you will come around. And your daughter, well, she has to understand that life is full of changes. And all of these changes serve for the evolution of each one of us. And things cannot always stay the same. Everything in this life is always shifting, changing, and moving. Thanks so much for your YouTube question. We're going to pull one more from Facebook and YouTube and see what we've got going on. We've got Amanda Millette. It says, let's see here. Well, we've got this here, so I think it's Amanda Millette, and she's saying something to Tammy Hill. You should know his year after all these years. So I guess that's just a comment between Amanda and Tammy. So we'll just let that conversation go. We'll go to Kimberly Renee. It sounds like a mother-daughter conversation going on live in our feed. We've got Kimberly Renee, and she's, I'm always seeing the numbers, 444 every day. What is the meaning or message to these numbers? I love this number, Kimberly Renee. This means that the angels are with you. The angels are following you and guiding you every step of the way. There's an angelic presence assisting you in all of your journeys, all of your choices. And I kind of feel that energy of the Alleluia energy around. So you hear that song, Alleluia, in the background. That's the sound of the angels and their frequency. So that's a great sign. Keep seeing those 444s. Things will always work out for you. Thank you, Kimberly Renee, for that Facebook question. We're going to pop back up to our phone feed here, and we've got to go to Doreen, and Doreen is in Lake Worth. Doreen, how are you tonight?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing well. Good to connect with you. And what is your question for us tonight?
I don't know. I've had a lot going on.
Okay.
Is there anybody trying to talk to me, or what do you see for me happening? I don't know.
Well, it's always better if you have a question, because in the few seconds we have to get connected for you, we really do prefer a question instead of so many places I can pull, and then you go, oh, but I have a question. I've had that happen to me, but I will tell you this, right off the energy, right off the flow, this is such an important time for you to get yourself in rhythm. You're out of rhythm, you're out of sync. Life seems a little out of balance. I feel like things are tipped one way, and you've got to get a rhythm that works better for you. There is a lot of support on the other side for you. You are being supported by loved ones on the other side. What is your question for me?
My best friend is he all right? I don't know. Is he okay? He passed away, and it was really sudden and
very sudden, unexpected. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Is he okay? Is he with our family?
Let me see here where he is. Whose birthday or what is connected to somebody in the month of 12, December, please? What is going on in December to connect it to you? Or connected to him. Somebody's giving me number 12 here. So
my wife, he introduced me to my wife. Her birthday's 12/18.
Okay. Thank you very much. There we go. All right. He was a funny guy, yes? He had a funny sense of humor. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Kind of sarcastic funny, though. Not like clowny funny, sarcastic.
Yes.
Very, very strong connection to friends. He really loved his friends. His friends meant the most to him. But I feel like he didn't say goodbye like he knew he was going to go. But there were things he said leading up that seemed a little bit more reflective in life a few weeks prior to his passing. Does that make sense to you?
A little.
Did we have a conversation with him that seemed a little extra deep before he passed, please, that you recall?
Well, I told him that, he's going to die of a heart attack if he doesn't stop doing the shit that he was doing, and then he died
of a heart attack. Yes, and I see his heart. I got his heart on my paper here. So,
and it happened in the living room. So,
so I want you to understand that he makes me feel that even though he didn't say he knew he was going to die, and he didn't say that to you, he knew that too, and that there was this energy of a conversation that was deep before he passed, and he's acknowledging that. So if that's his backhanded way of saying you're right, then so be it, all right? But I see this energy here, all right? All right, thank you so much. 888-565-1470. I think we kind of lost her there in mid-sentence, but hopefully she catches up with all that we have just shared with her. We've got to go to Arizona. I've got LaTanya on the line. LaTanya, how are you?
Hello, how are you, Miss Sarah?
I am doing well. Good to reconnect with you. Up we go. We are trying to recalculate our finances, get ourselves on track. We're moving, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. What is your question for us tonight?
So I am with. I got connected with. It's called Voc Rehab. Voc Rehab is a state government program that they help people who have had disabilities or any type of thing, and they help them
revamp themselves, yes, get their business going,
career, exactly. So I have been with them. I got approved in February. Then they said to me, okay, well, find all the different classes that you would like to take, and then, send it to us. So let me think. July, I took one class. It was a laser class. And I still had probably about $50,000 more classes to take, or maybe $40,000. And they were going to do it, and then all of a sudden they said, "Oh, well, we have to take this up to upper management." But the young lady, in the meantime, all these months was like everything was fine. Everything is fine. Now I'm at a standstill. I'm supposed to take a class September 1st, but we haven't gotten a actual approval to finish taking the courses.
Okay.
So, and it's like, I can't work until I redo these classes, and this is something that they know.
Right. This is continuing education for a hair salon or something. Yes, please.
Permanent makeup. Yes,
permanent makeup.
Beauty
okay.
industry.
Beauty industry. Perfect.
And I'm doing like the areola because I'm doing medical aesthetics.
Okay. So I see here that there's a supervisor that you need to talk to. There's a supervisor. Okay. Not to go over someone's head, but, you really need this. You have the letter that says you were approved? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So let's go. Squeaky wheel gets the grease, my friend. So how loud can you roar? All right. And kindly and sweetly, we request someone to make this move quickly for you. All right?
Okay. Yes,
so
ma'am.
There's support from the universe for you. Up you go, and things are going to work out.
Okay.
All right. Keep me posted. You're welcome. All right.
Bye.
Bye for now. 888-565-1470. We're going to take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then when we come back, we're going to go back to our phone lines and answer your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. And that's me, Sarah Spiritual. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Because you know that you know me.
Stay tuned for more Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, coming up right after the break. Continue the conversation with Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
We've got a feeling you'll want to listen to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, Wednesday nights from 6 to 8 p.m. for insightful, intuitive messages. Sarah Spiritual is a spiritual advisor and transformational coach who will assist you. Join Sarah Spiritual for a powerful 2 hours of life's questions and Spirit's answers. I've got a feeling you'll love Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, 6 to 8 p.m. Wednesday. Got the feeling? Just call 888-565-1470.
You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Every soul's got its story. What's your story? We're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. This is our second hour, and we're so glad to have you connect. 649 live shows. That's tonight. Next week, it's 6:50. We got a good feeling about next week and all your questions. I want to celebrate you and all of your participation. Kind of a landmark. Almost 13 and a half years. It'll be 13 and a half in November, so we are really glad to be connecting with all of you and answering your questions at 888-565-1470. And we want to give a very special note of appreciation to everyone who's worked so diligently to put this together. From my producers to our board ops to Isabel on the phone to Helena in the background, all the mailings that we do, everybody's busy getting things together so that we can sit here every Wednesday night for 2 hours. There's a lot that goes into 2 hours of connecting with all of you to be sure we answer as many questions as possible. And we're here because we know that life gets a little funky. Sometimes we need a little help from our friends. So what's that song? I get by with a little help from my friends. So with that saying, I've got to go to Illinois. I think it might be getting a little chilly over there in Illinois. I've got Yvonne on the line. Yvonne, how are you tonight?
I'm so wonderful, Sarah, and how are you?
I am doing great. Good to reconnect with you, Yvonne. I know it's been a crazy kind of year, the twists and turns, and things have been a little difficult for you, yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So, Yvonne, where shall we go from all those twists and turns? It's kind of like watching a horror movie. It's like, oh, my God, we're going to the left. Oh, my God, what's behind the tree? And then, oh, my God, wait, now we got a murder mystery. No, now we've got a mystery of who took the fur. I mean, what's going on with you this year, Yvonne? I don't know. But every time we turn around, it's another story, which makes me feel like God is getting ready to give you a breakthrough. I'm making light of it, but I know it has been a debilitating year emotionally. It's been difficult to know who you can trust. You just want the truth in some matters in your life. And you're ready to have it just be about you and a little less drama. So how can we help you tonight, Yvonne?
Well, I wanted to call you and tell you that I got my coat back.
You got your fur back. Well, thank God. Where was the fur?
Nobody knows. All I know it was wrapped up in the same bag I took it out of at the ferry, and it was put back in my house. I don't know who, but I'm so grateful to have it. But my 2 rings didn't come back.
Yeah, because that's a little easier to sell, I think, unfortunately.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay.
And then I closed the store since I talked to you.
Okay.
That was so hurting to me.
Yes.
Because I felt like I was lost after 29 years, having a place to go to every day and greet and meet people.
Well,
So
Yvonne, it needed to go, though, because it was a little too much. It's not a sign of age. It's a little too much. Times are changing. And it was too much overhead for you to manage. And this is your time for you.
It was too much overhead.
So, and if you could just shut down the radio that you're listening with or the app that you're playing.
Radio, please?
Yes, it's hard when I hear myself in stereo. I'm like, oh my God, that's me. Okay.
Okay.
So, yes, I'm sure it was a closing of a chapter, but it was a necessary close of a chapter.
So what should I do now? I have so much merchandise.
You got so much stuff. Well, girl, you're going to have a fall garage sale is what you've got to have.
It's in storage.
It's in storage. But you can pull some things out, have someone help you take pictures. They can put it on the line. I've got to tell you, I heard this song in my head. You're like, what am I going to do now? And I heard this song. Kiss today goodbye and point me towards tomorrow. We did what we had to do, and I won't forget what I did for love, what I did for love. Everything you did was for love, honey. Everything you did was out of the love of your heart for people, for community. And as that song goes on, it's like, gone, love is never gone. Love will never die. The store closed because it's the right choice for you, but the love that you left the community, all that you've done, the meet and the greet, will never die. And it's truly part of your legacy, Yvonne.
Thank you.
Okay?
So
it's a new beginning. It's a second half of life now. It's a new chapter. It's just time. And now getting community together of people who can help you get some things out of storage and work on those items and look and see, what you want to put online and sell. You can do that very, very easily. People can help you just ship it right out. Just throw it in a box, ship it, and people will have it and they'll be set.
Yeah, because I have a lot of customers I used to ship to.
Okay.
And I just moved back in my house after a year and 6 months. It's not, they haven't completed it. They just doing the little bitty things that's got me. But I'm so glad to be home.
Yes,
but
there's no place like home.
Still got a ways to go. But it's very livable.
Good.
So
and you deserve that, yes.
Yes. Yes, and I have a friend. I don't know if I should. My kids love him, but I just want to make sure that what I'm doing is good.
What is his birthday?
3/4/32.
Kind of a stubborn old bird, but yeah.
Yes, ma'am, that is him.
That is him, Lord Jiminy Crickets. Yeah, well, you know what? He's got a good heart, strong soul.
Yes.
Very supportive, very friendly, very nice.
Oh, yes, ma'am, all of
in tune with his emotions, seems to be centered in a connection with the divine, with God. This is also important. Yes, Yvonne? Yes?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. So, you know what? He's been through quite a bit in his life. And he has come out the other side, and he's really ready for a good companion.
Well, his place burnt down like mine. So I was thinking, is this a sign, Lord? So he's going to move in with me like I lived with him for a year and a half. Is that some sign or something?
Well, it's a returning of a favor for sure, yes.
Okay.
One hand washes another. Right? We have to help each other if we don't support each other. But interesting.
I believe that he cares for me.
Absolutely.
But he got the money, and his kids don't want him really with nobody. But
Yes.
I managed to stay 17 years with him.
Well, you want to understand this.
I don't mean stay with him. I mean
be
I
connected.
live in
Yes,
the house. He
yes,
lives
exactly.
there. Yeah.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
But
his family, there's particularly a daughter who seems to feel like she thinks she's in charge of him.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
And that daughter doesn't want you anywhere near him because you're kind of taking her light. But that's okay. She'll have to get over herself. And if he's in a place where now he'd like to have some quality of life back, then return the favor. And the two of you are companions, you're friends, you've spent quite a bit of time together, and it really doesn't matter what the two of you do to anybody else because it's none of their business, okay? This is the second half of your life. It's a time to live your life and celebrate life. And all the things that you've been through, most people could never have endured, Yvonne. So it's time to celebrate the fact that
Someone told me that once about a year or two ago, and you just said it and spoke it out again.
Because you're brave, you have your heart, and you're centered in God. And when you're centered in God, no matter what life throws you, even if you don't understand the hows and the whys, you know that God has a higher version and purpose, and you live by that motto. And so that's why nothing ever completely breaks you, even some of the horrific things you've endured.
Oh, my God.
Is there a settling of a paper or something regarding a case?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I see something kind of coming to a close here. Is there a final decision or a trial coming up for something, please?
I could tell you two things.
Yes.
With Allstate, I'm getting my final things that they owe me for, and with the what is it? The grass thing.
Right.
Oh my God. For the gate cancer, it is called. Yes. Oh my God. They called me and said early fall. They haven't told me how much.
Okay.
But
for the grass people, the weed people.
Weed, whatever it is that, so many people call cancer from.
Yes, yes.
Roundup.
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Roundup, yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be. It could be $10, but
okay.
I don't know. But I was talking to one of my attorneys that I thought I was going to have to file bankruptcy.
Yeah.
And I didn't.
No.
And he said, I think you owe me something. I said, for what? He said, from the Roundup case. I said, no. I don't owe you a dime.
Right.
And I said, whatever little bit they giving you. He said, wait, it's more than just a little bit. So I don't know what it meant. Maybe you know.
Well, I see something coming. So let's, just listen. God will give you favor on whatever is meant to be. And it's, as I said, the second half of life. So I want you to celebrate you. For this minute, Yvonne, we've got to pop off. But I thank you so much for connecting with us.
I will be talking to you, and I will be blessing you soon.
Thank you. I appreciate you. God bless you. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470, answering your questions right here on Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. Calling in every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. I'm here to answer your question. I hear the phone ring. We just got to pick it up. I've got Texas on the line from Illinois. We go to Texas. I got Jana on the line. Jana, what is going on?
Hello, my beautiful sister.
How are you doing?
How are you?
I am doing well. Good to reconnect with you.
Absolutely.
And you've got, I laugh because I'm like, holy crow. You just keep popping up, girl. There is so much going on. Just when negativity thinks they got you down, You just pop right back up and you go, oh, no, not today. I am going to shine. This is a really powerful time for you to get your life finally in order and balance, okay? Things have been really out of sorts for the past, 6 years, really. But it's been rough the past 3 years. And we haven't been able to get satisfaction for some of the things we've been trying to settle out. But I feel like things are going to line back up here. And thank goodness for the people who were there for you along the way and held your hand, yes?
Beautiful, yes. That's
absolutely.
I need a village. I should not be left alone unsupervised.
Never unsupervised, not you, please. And most certainly not with any matches or anything, because Lord knows you burned yourself up. So what's your question for us today, Jana from Texas?
Listen. Now, I haven't had a vision in a long time, Miss Sarah, but my God, I woke up the last time, it's like 20 years, the same way the vision came to me, but it was a different kind of vision. I woke up, and I was out of my body, but I was looking down at a body that wasn't mine.
Okay.
I said, that's not my damn body. It was beat up, kind of shriveled up, looked like it was just almost gone, you know what I'm saying? Like you would see a caterpillar when they leave their shell and they go fly off somewhere.
Right.
So then I started to look around the room, and I said, shit, this ain't my bedroom. Where the hell am I? Yeah. And then, I came out.
Yeah. So we just kind of lost Jana here, okay? So we're going to pop back up and take a minute to hear from our sponsors, and then we'll be right back.
With Sarah Spiritual on Facebook and YouTube. The phone lines are open too. 888-565-1470. That's toll free. 888-565-1470.
Hi, I'm Sarah Spiritual, the founder of the Expedito Enlightenment Center. I would love for you to visit me at my spiritual oasis located at 4047 Okeechobee Boulevard in the Tree of Life Plaza in West Palm Beach. Come, feel the energy, sample my spiritual sprays and oils, participate in one of my spiritual development classes, and have a personal reading with me, Sarah Spiritual. Let's see what Spirit has to say. You can call the Expedito Enlightenment Center at 561-682-0955. Not local? Visit me, Sarah Spiritual, at sarahspiritual.com for products, classes, and to book your personal session.
Sarah Spiritual is a gifted spiritual advisor and medium. She can connect you with your loved ones, your spirit guides, and ascended beings. Sarah specializes in love, relationships, money, career, health, and healing. She has an uncanny ability to convey the true thoughts and emotions of those around you. Just call 561-682-0956 for your personal reading. Life is a spiritual journey, and each situation has a spiritual solution. Just contact Sarah for a personal reading today. 561-682-0956. 561-682-0956. Or visit sarahspiritual.com. Or that number one more time, 561-682-0956. Let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit raise you up. You're listening to Spiritually Speaking with Sarah, your spiritual advisor and medium. Connect with Sarah Spiritual and be in the energy of light. Call right now, Sarah Spiritual at 888-565-1470. Toll free, 888-565-1470. Just ask your questions or message Sarah Spiritual live on Facebook and YouTube.
Standing in the room before I walk through the door. Do you know me? Have you heard me? Have you seen me?
Have you seen me? Do you know my voice? I am Sarah Spiritual, and we are spiritually speaking to all of you across the nation at 888-565-1470. And we've got to go to Miami. I've got Marie on the line. Marie, how are you?
Hi, Sarah.
How
are you?
I am good, Marie. Good to connect with you tonight. And how can we assist you in this journey?
Okay, so my angels speak to me every day. I see the numbers 333. I see 1111 a lot. 411, 911. And I just really been going through some financial problems, and I feel like I'm drowning. And I just want to know, when will I get my breakthrough? Because, you know, I'm not the type of person to give up.
Right.
Because I'm a true believer in God, but it's just, I'm so frustrated with everything that's going on in my life. I just want some answers.
Yes, and everything's also being exacerbated by the fact that everything's so much more expensive, yes? And so it doesn't make it easy to stretch and finagle the way we used to, because there's not as much wiggle room. There's no wiggle room here. And Marie, was there a thought and an idea that we wanted to make a shift for work, please? Because I see a shift.
I've been trying to find something, like at least extra income or something that pays me a little bit more. Because to be honest, you know, I thank God for my job, but I'm not happy there. It's so toxic, and I just want to be in an environment where I'm not around the people that I'm around, and I just want to make more money.
Well, this is a time for you to step into healthy boundaries. It's a time for you to honor yourself first and kind of cut away from that toxicity. And this shift that I see coming for you is going to bring you a powerful energy of financial shift, but also self-love and self-worth and awareness. And this is what's going to allow you to kind of stand up for yourself and request either more from where you are or know that you can get it somewhere else. I do not see a job change in the next 2 months. I do know that you're staying there for a little while longer. So I don't see you leaving that, but I do feel in the month of October that there's an opportunity for you to do something else on the side if you're open to do that. All right?
Okay. Okay.
Because my guides tell me you've got a lot of responsibility, a lot of people counting on you. Is this true, Marie?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. Okay. What were you going to say? What's your other question, please, to this story?
Yeah, I know you said I will have extra income in October. You see anything sooner than that? Like some money coming my way?
Well, let me tell you.
My husband is trying, but I don't think he's trying hard enough. And I just feel like I have a weight on my shoulder.
I understand.
I feel like I'm carrying everything.
I know, but you can't make that easy. He has to step up to the plate and do his part.
Right.
It's not easy for one person to carry everything, okay? And people need to step out of their comfort zone to make it easier. And that means doing things we may not normally want to do, or showing up in a different way. But he's got to do that, whatever he's got to do. And don't we live in a house with other people as well, like family or something?
Yeah, it's us. Mom, it's me and our 4 kids.
Okay. So that's a lot of responsibility.
Right.
But he has to go do that. Now, I also, I believe in the power of, things coming to us unexpectedly. And interestingly enough, I really wish we had this conversation a few days ago. Your birthday is actually connected to a number that came up in the pick 3. So I'm like, oh, snap, we missed that one. But I will tell you this. When you see these numbers, something repeats itself. Maybe not your 1111 or 911 or 411, right? Because I know 441 just came up in the pick 3. Maybe something will spark your attention. I can only tell you what I was able to do when I didn't have any help, when I needed help, is I saw a number and I went and I played it in the pick 3 and I won. And that started a series of winning for over 6 months, close to actually 8 months, winning 3, 4, 5 times a week, depending on the week. And I literally supported myself. Now, I am not advocating gambling for anyone listening, but I do know that sometimes when we can't get it from our job and we don't have anyone to call for assistance, the universe will find a way to bring it to us.
Right.
So
I dreamed, that's crazy, as I had a dream the other day.
With a number?
About the number 333. Yeah, and I went and played it, but, of course, nothing happened.
Well, no, don't say, of course, nothing happened. And when we dream a number, sometimes it can take a week. It can take 30 days, right? But if you're spending $1, and yes, you spent $30 if you played for 30 days, but you would win $500.
Gotcha.
And 333, I can tell you because I know the numbers, has not come in a really long time. Oh, there was a lady that I talked to on the radio several years ago. I gave her a number, and she went out and she played it. Okay, and it came for her. So if your spirit guides are given, and I do that every day at the center, I give people numbers all the time, right? I was sharing with a lady something, and she said, well, that's my badge number. So I said, go play your badge number. Because I gave her that number, I'm not going to say it on radio because that's her blessing, right? So for you, your guides are giving you numbers. So please honor that. Play your 333. We've had a lot of double numbers. It's really possible that can come. And if something else catches your attention, maybe it's your license plate, right? License plates mean something. And we can't say these things on air, but what is your house address? Maybe you should go play your house address. Look around and see. Ask the universe to give you extra money from a source of income that is different from what you already know, an unexpected source that causes no harm to another, right? Because if we pray for unexpected source, accident and a settlement is not what we're looking for, right? So we are looking for an unexpected source to bring us money. And something can happen. You never know. I mean, money comes.
I've been doing the 369 manifestation for the past month now.
Okay. So I'm going to tell you this too. There's nothing like good old-fashioned prayer. And I also believe that when I was blessed with so many blessings coming financially, I was praying, I was lighting my candle, I was talking to God, I was talking to the angels, I was talking to the saints. I wasn't missing a beat. I was writing my petition. I was saying what I needed to have happen, and I was just giving it to God's hands, right? Because I didn't have an answer. And when we don't have an answer, this is how God tests us, and this is how God teaches us. When we don't have an answer, that means we need to surrender. Surrender doesn't mean defeat. It just means that we are in a position to allow God to step in and deliver us from something that we don't have answers to. And it's a test of your faith. All that you need will be supplied. Okay? It will work out.
I know it will.
Deep cleansing breaths.
For me.
I know. But I know you don't like being uncomfortable, as many of us do not like being uncomfortable either. But my suggestion to you, Miss Marie, is to ask for the perfect job to present itself to your husband so he'd be happy to take it, and for something extra to come for you, and for you to get a little surprise, extra flow from somewhere out there in the universe. The universe always has your back. Thank you so much for calling, and I know that many people listening will send you positive vibes, and we know something will transform for you.
Perfect. Thank you so much,
You're
Sarah.
welcome. Bye for now. Bye. 888-565-1470. And we've got to go to Deerfield Beach. I've got Cheryl on the line. Cheryl, how are you?
Hi there, Sarah.
How are you doing tonight?
I'm doing great. My torch just, I had a torch lit outside. I was sitting waiting for you, and I had a torch lit, and it just keeled over, so I had to blow it out.
Oh, my goodness. Talking about a lot of fire tonight here. I don't know. Oh, now I hear the song, Come on, baby, light my fire.
My fire.
Okay, so let's not light any fires here, Cheryl, okay? Because we want to keep everything intact. But what's your question for us tonight?
Well, I think there's been a change of energy and a shift in the positive, which is great.
Yes.
And I've been offered some opportunities for the next coming chapter, which is like another year or two away, with some very interesting professionals.
Right.
Special, I should say special. I'm going to say special because that's a nice way of putting it. And I just wanted to see if you see these changes coming about for me.
Well, let me say that we are in an expansive consciousness right now. What you've put out to the universe is beginning to send you back offers and solutions, okay? Tired of the same old, can't keep doing the things the way they are, looking to make a change, knowing it's not quite time to make a change, but knowing that we have to get ready to do our final exit. Yes?
Yes.
And so this expansion takes me into the 2023, and life as you know it changes in 2023, okay? You may say closer to 2 years, I say closer to a year, okay? Next year closes out a chapter of a cycle for you. That brings me into 2024 of new beginnings, but you make a change next year. You can't keep doing the same thing, expect a different result. You can't keep doing the same thing to your body and expect something to change, okay? You've got to take the break. I also feel like there's more opportunity for you to make some money in what you currently do as well. So were we offered some other time or some other shifts or something? I know you work quite a bit, but was there an opportunity for more shifts, please?
I've been working like 5 shifts, 12-hour shifts, which are killing my body. I can't continue to do it. It's just wiping me out physically, but it does the opportunity is to make, a bonus of $200 if I do that. That 4th shift, and then I'm doing a 5th shift, but it's too much for me, Sarah. I can't do it.
It is. And now this next venture is a group of people who are going to put together a product or service or something that you're going to be a part of?
They offered me that. They're a little wacky, but they're a little extreme, but they're opening a big, huge women's center, and they said they want me to work for them. They want me to be there, and it could be an opportunity. As crazy as they are, and not my favorite type of professionals, it may be an opportunity. I don't know. I'm a little reserved about that.
Well, you do have to like the people that you're associated with and their ethics and who they are. But I do feel that next year opens up something for you. So don't tempt fate and do too much, because then once we tip the scales of health the wrong way, it's often really hard to get it back.
Okay.
All right. So maybe some weeks we do 4 and we don't do the 5th, just so that you have that little respite and everyone can step up to the plate a bit more. They're talking to me about a son, Cheryl. There's a question about a son or something going on with your son, please.
Yes, my son.
Yes.
Would that be my son, Alexander, 9/11/2001?
Yes, that's the one. Thank you.
Okay, yes.
Okay, what's the quick question?
Oh, I'm very concerned about him.
I see an energy that's kind of emotional, solemn. I just don't feel like he's functioning in a place of joy. Does this make sense to you? Some sadness, some depression, please? Yes?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes,
is he under treatment of some kind? I'm not a doctor, can't diagnose, but is he talking to a therapist, a counselor?
No, I've suggested it, but he said he doesn't want to do that.
Well, he really needs a coach. We don't need to label it like, we are someone who is not functioning at our best mental capacity. It's not about that. He's just lost. And someone who can help him see what he really likes and what makes him happy and identify some of those things and give him something to look forward to. He has nothing that he really looks forward to. And that I find troubling, okay?
Yeah, that's sad. He's only 20 years old. He's going to be 21 on 9/11.
But he doesn't really know what he wants his life to be like. And so he feels like other people are passing him by, and he needs to find his path. So if he won't talk to a counselor, maybe you can get him someone who's a certified coach, a career coach, or some type of coach. I don't want to put a label on it. And maybe do some research. Get him to talk to a coach to help him map out the next few years of his life and what he would like for that to look like and what those steps might be for him. Okay?
That's a good suggestion. I never knew there was such a thing as a life coach.
Oh, there's plenty of life coaches, and not all of them, technically I'm a life coach, right? But not all of them are created equal. So you want to make sure that you're leaning towards the energy of maybe a career coach. Like, for instance, Stacy Holler, who's on our show regularly, she'll be on next Wednesday night with her astrology. Well, that's what she is. She's a career coach, a career counselor. She helps people. She helps them write their resume. She's does many things to help people. So she could help him identify perhaps where his passion lies and what he does. So you can always look at my website, Sarah Spiritual, and look up Stacy Holler, or go to destinyinthestars.com. That's her astrology website. Shoot her a note, and she could tell you what services she offers. Maybe that might be a fit. Otherwise, find a life coach for him. This way it doesn't have the stigma, the label of, he's depressed, he's not balanced, right? So perhaps if he finds more to do, he can kind of step out of the funk he's in. For this moment, Cheryl, we are out of time. I've got to bid you farewell, but we trust this will work out for your son. Alex, we send positive vibes. Take a little better care of yourself, and know that next year big changes come for you. All right, my dear? Bye for now.
Sarah, thank you.
You're
Good
welcome.
night.
Bye. 888-565. Write the number down. We will be here next Wednesday night for Spiritually Speaking with Sarah from 6 to 8 p.m. It is our 650th live show. Come hang out with all of us, and Stacy Holler will be in the house answering your astrology questions and telling us what the stars have for us. Are the stars out for you? I'm sure they are. Good night, everybody. God bless you. The universe has your back, and I am Sarah Spiritual.
This has been Spiritually Speaking with Sarah. You can hear and speak with Sarah Spiritual every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. Each week, Sarah Spiritual and Spirit answers your most important questions as you navigate through life. Listen and call in next week and let Sarah Spiritual and Spirit guide you. If you didn't have a chance to speak with Sarah Spiritual tonight, visit Sarah at sarahspiritual.com. You can message Sarah Spiritual at Facebook and follow her on Instagram. Tune in every Wednesday from 6 to 8 p.m. with more from Spiritually Speaking with Sarah.
The opinions expressed on the preceding sponsored program were strictly those of its host, guests,